Johnny Bass, and this is Cayman Bass enjoying one of our homemade pickles. So today we're going to make some homemade dill pickles. Alrighty, so we're going to start to prep for our pickles. So I got some smaller cucumbers. I got part of a larger cucumber here that we're going to use, as well as some smashed garlic that I've already smashed. We're going to have one set of pickles that's going to be hot, so we're going to use some serrano peppers for the hot ones. Obviously that's optional. We like our stuff hot, so I'm going to make one hot and one not. We have to make a brine, so we have some peppercorn, we have some mustard seed, actually that's coriander, some coriander and some mustard seed, and then of course some salt. Now you can get pickling salt, or if you don't have any pickling salt, kosher salt works just fine. So we have a couple tablespoons of salt, half a tablespoon of coriander seed, half a tablespoon of mustard seed, and half a tablespoon of peppercorn. In addition to that, we need to have the liquid, which is going to be 2 cups of white wine vinegar and 2 cups of water. So that's going to make our brine. But before we get started on the brine, I'd like to cut a few more cucumbers to make our pickles. This time we're going to make chips instead of whole pickles. And we've already done some. We're using a mandolin to be able to slice these things into consistent shapes, and also to give us that nice little wafer type of feel that we like for pickles. So you grab the mandolin. If you've never used one of these before, they're a very handy French tool. Knife. You have to be real careful. We have a couple different blades on this thing. There's a flat blade, there's a serrated blade. There's also, if you look underneath here, there's also a couple other blades that are used for making like French fries or julienne, whatever. So it depends on what all you want to make, if you want to make a lot of them. So you have to be careful with this. I'm going to put on my glasses so I can see what I'm doing, so I don't end up cutting my finger. And what's nice about it is that it's actually fairly quick. Okay, next one. Now there is a guard that comes with the mandolin. If you're doing a larger block of something that you have to kind of press your way through, something that takes a little bit of effort to get it through the blade, you definitely want to use that guard. It's a little hard to use the guard for these cucumbers here. And then I'm going to do the larger one here, and you can see it does pretty short work of this. You just got to watch your fingers, watch your knuckles. That would not be good to add chunks of yourself into your pickles. So, alrighty, a little bit later on. So we have plenty of cucumber now to be able to do our pickles. So what we're going to do next is we're going to start our brine. To add our white wine vinegar, we're going to add our water. Really fancy. And let's see, we need our salt, our coriander seeds, our mustard seeds, and our peppercorn. What we're going to do is we're going to bring this up to a boil, and then once it gets up to a rapid boil and the salt has dissolved, then we're going to let it cool, and at that point then we're going to assemble everything. But the component that I kind of missed was that we are making dill pickles, so we need to have some dill. And yeah, we'll end up adding dill into the mix here. Okay, so I'm going to let this thing boil and then bring it down to a cool, and then we'll start. Then I'll show you the assembly of the pickles. Alrighty, so our brine has cooled down. So it's now at room temperature or so, and so we're now going to assemble. So what's going to help us for the assembly? Obviously we have our brine, we have our cucumbers. We're going to make one hot, so that's going to be with serrano. We got some garlic, we got our dill, And then a couple different jars. Now, it doesn't matter what the color is. You're going to store them in a cool, dark spot for a while. We use the green one to identify which one's going to be hot and which one's not. You're going to need a little bit of some cheesecloth. A couple pieces of cheesecloth in here, and this is just basically because we're going to, once we get this thing assembled, we're going to not seal up the top. We're going to allow them to breathe and allow some of the good bacteria to get in there, but we want to make sure that there's nothing icky that gets dropped inside the top of the pickle. So that's what the cheesecloth is going to be for, and then a couple of rubber bands to secure them. Now, there's some good stuff that's inside this brine that we don't want to lose, and we want to make sure that we have in the pickles. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and strain that out, so that way I can be a little bit better about making sure I divide this stuff up between the two jars. That's enough. And so, what we're going to do is I'm going to just be here for a second, just assemble. So I'm going to jam some dill into each of these jars. 3, 4, 5 sprigs. It all depends on how dill you want them. Garlic. 2, 3. About that much. And so about half of our garlic into each. Again, the spicy one, we like our stuff spicy. This is one whole serrano that's been sliced up with the seeds, so it's potentially going to be quite warm. We're going to add about half of the seed mixture from the brine into each of these. So, and then your turn. And then start to load our cucumbers. Grab our cucumbers, chips, start dividing them up. Yep, you're trying to escape, I can see. Get out of the way. Just go back and forth a little bit. Probably could have actually maybe sliced up a little bit more. Well, I don't know, that could be bad. This is going to be a lot of pickles. But we like pickles here, so. Oop, that one got away. And then we just add our brine. Fine. These would be for sandwiches and such like that. Could have made a little bit more, I guess. I should have probably done the math. We're going to cover these guys up. And take a rubber band. Be able to keep any critters or anything like that out of them. Okay, so we're going to store these out in a cool, dark spot for a couple, 3 days, and then after that you can seal them up and store them in the fridge for up to about a year. So hope you enjoyed them. Thank you for watching.